Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing a Halloween scary recommendations video, and I've decided to recommend to you all some books, some movies and some TV shows. And in my opinion, these recommendations are absolutely horrifying and gruesome and thrilling. So these recommendations are scary. So if you don't like actual scary stuff, this is not going to be the thing for you. So just be warned. Just be warned. Now I'm just going to give you 5 recommendations for each of these categories, and I'm going to start off with, of course, books. So my number 1 recommendation for a scary book is James Dawson's Say Her Name. This follows the myth of Bloody Mary, and really that is all you need to know. But I also just want to quickly mention that this book kept me up all night. I was very addicted to it. I absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite books. I give it 5 stars, and it scared the bejesus out of me. I did not see it going the way it did. Highly recommend it. Number 2 is a book that I read a couple of years ago, and it is Watches. I don't remember who it's by. Maybe Dean Koontz, I can't remember. It is really hard to freak me out in books, but Say Her Name and Watches truly succeeded in doing that. I can't tell you how much they succeeded. Oh. And Watches is also quite mature, so I would recommend reading it when you're maybe 17 and above, because mature content, people, and it is also scary as hell. So there you go. Next 3 books are books that I have read very recently, so they're just fresh in my mind about how truly terrifying they were. So Dangerous Girls is really mind-blowing, and just, it is a masterpiece of a book in my opinion. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I finished it in one read. It is thrilling, it has so many twists and turns, and it does have a little bit of gruesome content to it, so that's why I recommended it for Halloween. My number 4 recommendation is a book that I read this month, and it really just enhanced and amplified the feeling of Halloween, so I thought I'd just quickly mention it, and it is Slasher Girls and Monster Boys by a compilation of YA authors, and it is so good. So good. Oh my god. Just honestly, this book has some of the most disturbing, horrific short stories I've ever come across. It is just bizarre, and it really just creeps you out, okay? Okay? Okay. And the last book I have is a book that I just finished, and it is Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake. And Kendare Blake has a way with words when it comes to horror scenes. They are very terrifying, very engrossing, and they will creep you the hell out. It was scary, but not enough to truly scare me, if you know what I mean. But I will say that there are some scenes in this book that actually made me really shocked, and I was kind of grossed out. So that's what happened in this book, but I can't say it truly scared me. Now I'm going to go on to the movies, and these are honestly my top 5 absolute scariest movies I've ever come across in my entire life. The first movie I have to show you is Identity, and I watched this maybe about 6 years ago, and it is still stuck with me to this day. I remember being truly terrified. Absolutely terrified and absolutely shocked. It's gruesome, it's thrilling, and it is very chilling. Psychological thriller to the max. Just the ending, it has a twist that you will not see coming. So my next one is M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. I absolutely love M. Night Shyamalan. He is one of my favorite directors of life. I'm just so inspired by him, and he just creates such intense and thrilling and just really thought-provoking stories. And this one is probably one of my favorites of his, and I think if you like suspenseful, thrilling, on the edge of your seat, scary in some parts, this is a movie for you. Number 3 is Brotherhood of the Wolf. Did I say that right? I said that right. This is a French film, so it's English subtitles. Really, you kind of get the gist of what this book is, of what this movie is about from the title, and so I don't really want to tell you what it's about, but just know it is honestly one of the most scariest movies I've ever seen. Now we come across the movies that kind of destroyed my childhood innocence and just ruined me forever. So, Stephen King's It. I don't really want to even look at the cover because I am terrified of clowns. So I absolutely love this book. It is, I keep on saying book, oh my god. It's kind of a classic and I have a massive love-hate relationship with it. I think it is very well done for its time. It is quite old, so it has those old special effects, but nevertheless, it never ceases to scare the crap out of me. So I recommend this very strongly for this Halloween season. Now we get to my number one most terrifying movie of all time, The Grudge. Now, if you know Sarah Michelle Gellar, she is Buffy in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I was very in love with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was very in love with Buffy the Vampire Slayer when I was young, so I thought, oh my god, she's in this movie, she's gonna kick butt and defeat evil. How wrong I was. How wrong I was. So this is a horror thriller film, and it is just very suspenseful, very chilling, very creepy, and it will give you nightmares, guaranteed. That should be like in the fine print. Guaranteed nightmares. So, I recommend it. So now let's just move on to the TV show portion of this video, and the first recommendation I'm going to give you is Penny Dreadful. Now, if you are a fan of anything supernatural, this is a TV show for you. And you've also got, in addition to that, you've got other characters in this series that are from other gothic novels and series. So you've got Frankenstein's monster, but you've also got Dorian Gray too. And it is just a wonderful series. Highly recommend it. And speaking of supernatural, my next recommendation is the Supernatural series. And this just features two brothers, the Winchesters, and they fight the forces of evil. So pretty much all the legends are true in this series, and it's just so well done. Marathon it, people. Marathon it. So good. Plus eye candy, eye candy. The next TV show that I want to recommend to you, and I want everyone to watch, it is the Walking Dead series, and this TV show gets better and better and better as it goes along. It's so good. It features zombies, of course. It is quite slow, but it's not boring. I don't know how to describe it. It's just the characters make this TV show. They are so interesting. You won't be able to stop watching it. It is so addictive. It's very gory, very creepy, very scary, very intense, but it's one of my favorite series of all time. The second last series I want to recommend to you is Hannibal, the TV show, not the movies. This TV show is one of the most artistic TV shows I've ever come across. Every scene is a piece of art. It is unbelievable, but it also is very terrifying, very disturbing, very gory. And the last TV show I have to recommend to you guys, it is the American Horror Story series. This is the fourth one, Freak Show. So it features clowns, and like I said before, I cannot handle clowns. No. So it is rated R for a reason. It is one of the most horrific series I have ever watched. So, watch it. Okay, so there you guys have it. Those are all my read, watch, and marathon recommendations for you all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!